And
All right.
welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies on my channel. We're here with my good
Yeah.
friend Steven.
Yes, sir. Live on both channels again. I know, two podcasts in one, in a row. That's well, let's just say, Dylan, this is not episode 4. This is episode 3.
This is episode 3. Oh, well,
Yeah, dumbass, we haven't gotten to episode 4. Uh, guys, Dylan might have made an oopsies. It's okay, I'll fix that. Um,
fix it. I don't know
yes,
what
we
episode
fixed it.
we're on. I'm tired. No, I'm kidding. I'm not tired at all, actually.
Yeah. So, welcome back, and today we are here to discuss the Transformers. Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion in episode 2, but today we are back to rediscuss the topic because Mr. Dylan here, since the last time we were live, has now completed Age of Extinction. And guess what? He liked it, just like me.
I did.
Now, he said, I believe he said it was like episode 1 or the first movie level.
Yeah, so I say that my rank is it's as even with episode 1, and I know some people are not gonna like that when I say that, but I got the same vibes as episode 1. Uh, but I think episode 2 and 3 are way better than it. Episode 3 being the course the best. Episode 2 being
Yeah,
better.
the third movie, Dark in the Moon, will always be the best of the Transformers franchise. At least the live action. Um,
Yeah,
so but we're here to talk about what we thought of Age of Extinction because, well, let me just say, Age of Extinction is will always be one of my favorites, and a lot of people do hate on it, but there's a couple people like me and Dylan here who look past all the nerdy stuff and learn to enjoy and appreciate the characters and the story they set in motion
yep,
instead of just focusing on everything we can hate on, like 90% of the fan base. We're going to focus on the good things.
exactly.
Now, see, I liked all the human characters pretty much. Um, the only one that annoyed me the entire movie was what's her face,
It's
the
funny
daughter.
that because I think she was a fine character the entire movie. I had no problem with her at all.
See, Tessa, I was okay with her sometimes, but half the movie she just annoyed me. Like, for when Cade comes to the rescue and saves her from the ship, she just runs to Shane and completely ignores him the whole time. Doesn't even say thank you. Like, that just made me look at her like, wow, you are a piece of shit. You are one bad daughter. Like,
Yeah,
but
I actually laughed at that moment. Like, I thought it was funny.
oh no, I laughed the first time I watched this movie, but now watching it fourth time now, I'm just like, come on. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
she got on her dad instead of her boyfriend who didn't save her. It was her dad that saved her.
The boyfriend literally did nothing. And now, but granted, Tessa became a lot more likable at the end. So did her boyfriend Shane, who is part of the reason they won the battle at the end when he helped save Optimus, who was impaled by a sword. So,
Yep.
all the humans, I felt like they did something though. And I feel like they made the villains really well as well. Because for instance, with Lockdown and the two human villains, you want them to die. The whole movie. The only thing you want to happen to them is death.
True.
So when they die on screen, you're like, good. These people deserve it.
Yeah.
Because they're just such like assholes. They deserve
They
death.
that's the thing. They're characters that you love to hate. Honestly, I love to hate
Yeah. I enjoyed hating them because when they died, I was like, wow. And I will say, Cade Yeager is one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. He's not as good as Sam Witwicky. No one will ever beat Sam Witwicky, but Cade Yeager is a great character. in
Yeah,
the fourth movie. He's really like a strong character, and you know, seeing him fight alongside Autobots was very very cool to watch because you know you always see humans fight, but to see the main character himself stand alongside everybody else, it's just something that I felt like I could really enjoy.
the
Now,
fact
again, don't get me wrong. Age of now,
that
if we're going to talk about lore, then
spot,
I agree with the fan base. Age of Extinction needs work. They really do ignore a lot of lore, but if you ignore the lore and just look at the storytelling and the shots and the way, especially some of the camera angles, you love the movie
yeah, it's
for
got
it, you know.
a good film. It's a fun,
And the soundtrack is beautiful
fun.
too. Sorry, go ahead, Dylan.
I would say that's the big thing. It's a fun film. It's like the first movie.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I'll say it, the soundtrack was perfect. The music, they always get it right in these movies.
Yep, they do. They really do.
And they always, the new Autobots, while they are more human-like and they fight a lot, they're really cool in their own way.
Yeah,
And it's cool to give the Autobots some screen time as well, because that means you are basically allowed to bond with every character, whereas in the first three, you don't really focus on them a whole lot.
yeah, that's true.
So to have the story shifted a little bit, so we focus more on all the characters, is
Yeah,
really cool.
Optimus Prime though gets like the most screen time out of all of them. Granted,
Oh yeah, no, we love Optimus Prime's night form. That's his best form he's had
they
in
really
the
do
franchise.
characters though.
Yeah, I love Hound, the soldier like guy, because Hound really is cool. He's funny too.
I like the
Um, say that again.
I like the samurai.
Yeah, the samurai. Yeah, he was no, he was a badass character. With his swords and stuff. Um, Even the green guy, he's like a hateable but likable character in ways. You can't hate on any of the characters. They don't suck. They all are very unique in their own way. And that's what, you need to have in these kind of movies is you need every character to be unique. Without, unique qualities, you can't bond with these characters.
Yeah,
So, now, what did you think of Galvatron, Mr. Dillon?
I really liked his design. His design was really cool, and I'm kind of surprised that they pretty much just brought back Megatron. But I like the storytelling that they're trying to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like they just brought him back in some stupid way, like the Rise of Skywalker. They
Yeah,
actually gave him like a good story that made sense. Megatron just infected another being and came back in some shape or form. It makes it actually, unlike Palpatine coming back, makes sense and isn't just stupidly written.
yeah. They actually explain it way better than Palpatine ever came back. That's for sure.
Yeah. Gotta say, Bumblebee was fantastic in the movie as well. I felt like he was great, and he always has been. Bumblebee is never not a good character. He really carries himself strongly, and he does a lot for the story. Even if he doesn't show up as much in this one, but he's funny, he's cool, and he kills Stinger, which felt very deserved. Um, Considering Stinger was a cheap knockoff of him.
True, true. And
But
it's really funny because I thought Senior this entire time was pink. I thought he was a girl.
yeah, no. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I think all the music in the background is making your audio a lot more muffled.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that because I have my AC on and my dad is watching TV, so it's gonna be a lot.
That's fine. Yeah, I know. Um, So, Mr. Dylan, after watching Age of Extinction, how excited are you for the last night?
I really am excited to see Mr. Shiny Butt come back himself and see what
Yes.
happens there.
We will see the return of Megatron. We will find ourselves meeting a new villain, and we will be messing around with some Autobots and the Dinobots again. Optimus will be in the movie as always, but there's an interesting thing that happens to Optimus that I will not spoil because I don't want to, because I like Optimus in this next one, despite the fact that he's, I don't know, stuff happens. Um, but let me just say that it will be a good movie. In my opinion, I did enjoy the last night. Not many people did. We will see the return of Barricade, the police car from the first movie,
Yep.
uh, the cop car
And
that got his ass kicked by Bumblebee. He finally returns.
this is the last one from the director, right? I forget the director's name.
Yeah, unfortunately, Michael Bay quit. Right.
Yeah.
I will always say his movies were the best ones. And to all of you lore sucking freaks, shut up. Okay, I'm allowed to have an opinion. Just because you have a different opinion does not mean your opinion has to be the only right one. Learn to sleep at night and be wrong for once. All right? Thank you. Um, because I always, I know the lore behind it, and yet I still enjoyed this version. Not everyone has to enjoy it. Just allow us to have our own opinion.
Yeah.
It's called, there's something called the Constitution. You're allowed to have your own opinions, unless you're from another country. But Mr. Dillon, what did you think of the new villain Lockdown?
So what has me really interested is not necessarily Lockdown himself, but what he was talking about when it comes to the creators of the Transformers.
You mean what he represented?
Yeah, I can't wait to figure out what's going on with that. But as for Lockdown himself, he's a cool bounty hunter type character, but honestly,
Yes.
like he was, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but he was like the least most interesting part of the movie for me. I was
Oh yeah, no, no, that he is. It's just that he's not meant to be the most interesting. He's just meant to be the guy who sets the story for the next movie, really.
yeah.
Um, so we're actually gonna cut this stream in half and end it here, and we're gonna edit. We're gonna make a part two to this stream because we only are here to discuss our theories or talk about how we enjoyed Age of Extinction. Dylan, what do you think's gonna happen in the next movie? What are you expecting?
What do I think's gonna happen? Yeah,
Don't expect too much because Michael Bay's stories always change a lot halfway.
that's true. That's true. So my best guess, and I could be completely wrong, but the uh I almost say it's the Transformers, not the Transformers, but the makers of the Transformers are going to come to Earth and try to find Optimus Prime and the other Transformers, and that's going to be like
Well,
like
Optimus is in space now, remember?
yes, as they're waiting for Optimus Prime. So I'm thinking Optimus Prime might not come back until like the end of the very end of the film, and most of the film is just gonna be Bumblebee and the other guys, as well as our new characters, dealing with the fact that we have a new invasion coming down from the creators.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Mr. Dylan. Now we will actually end the stream here to watch the movie, and we will be back with Dylan's reaction.
On a scale of 1 to 10, though, how close am I?
We'll see. All right, end the stream on your end.